Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to our 5D Ascension class for talking to your spirit guides. The 5D Ascension classes are from me, Jon Binnie, your spiritual psychic mentor in Scotland, and I'm here to support you on your life and awakening journeys. So please do check out the links that I've put into the live chat and also the description. These are links to all these free classes. There's 22 videos now. This will be the 23rd in the classes. And the idea is that I'm teaching you all the way from the start of just learning mindfulness meditation, exploring different ways to meditate, and then gradually moving into talking with your spirit guide, which is today's subject, and on a journey to be able to take you through quantum energy healing, clearing, negative entity removal, and so many more things. What I will do after this video is likely in subsequent ones start to go kind of as well as we continue to expand the foundations, keep going in across the breadth. And I know some of you have been asking for astral projection again. So there's already a video for astral projection, so please do try that first. And I'll be doing another one as well. And thank you, Teddy Transcends. You're so incredibly generous, Jon. Thank you so much. Oh, my pleasure. And hello to Shirley Murray. Yay, thank you, Jon. My pleasure. Thank you. Right, I'm going to focus on you guys, right? So not just blab for ages. So hello, Laura Reeds. So really, we're here to support you in this journey of connecting with your spirit guides. And the idea is that I'm going to give you lots of clean, clear space, safe space for you to be able to connect with your spirit guides. And it's a journey that took me personally in November 2017. It took something between 10 and 14 days. And that's why I have a 14-day spirit guide meditation challenge you can participate in as well, also free. So this is the 1 hour version of those. Those are like 10-minute meditations to try each day. Hello, Samar. Hello, Phyllis. Thank you for coming. Sorry, Bonnie and Shannon. Thank you. And yes, excited for your session, Shannon. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with talking to our spirit guides then. And please do share as you're watching live in the live chat, your experiences as they happen. And then also in the replay in the comments, please. That's greatly appreciated. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any fear, shame, anxiety, or pain, nice and loud. And breathe in through the nose. Breathe out anything that no longer serves you, nice and loud. And breathe in through the nose. Breathing out any remaining low vibration energy or emotion that no longer serves you, nice and loud. And continue to breathe deeply and calmly as it feels right for you. And focus your attention now on the very center of your heart, where the golden divine spark of your soul enters your human form. And from the center of your heart, extend a cord of light up through the top of your head. Reach up into the sky and up into the stars. Reach all the way up to the highest frequencies and dimensions of this universe until you reach the highest dimension of the source of love of this universe. Remain connected into source and extend your light cord down to the stars and sky, back down to the top of your head and into your heart once more. And now, from the center of your heart, extend a cord of light downwards, down through the base of your spine and send it deep into the earth, all the way down through the layers of the planet until you reach the very core of Mother Earth. And there, connecting your light cord into Mother Gaia, the soul of Mother Earth, and her crystalline heart. And we send Mother Gaia so much love at this time. Allow her to send her love back. Remain connected into Gaia's heart and extend your light cord all the way up through the layers of the planet, up through the root of your spine and into your heart once more. And now, together with the light of Source above, Mother Gaia below, and your own light, expand out the golden protective bubble from the center of your heart to surround you about 2 meters out to each side, above and below you, in front and behind you. And set the intention for your protective bubble as a boundary that only energies and entities with your permission, your highest good love and compassion can see you, access you, or exist within this space or within you, and that all other energies and entities must leave immediately. And into your safe space, invite in your spirit guides, your higher self, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia. Ask for their guidance, clearing, healing, protection, and assistance with the integration of today's session. And now, through space and time, I create a golden protective bubble around all of us in the live stream and replay across space and time. And I set the intention that only energies and entities with my permission and the highest good love and compassion of all can see us, access us, or exist in this session space or within us, and that all other energies and entities must leave immediately. I invite in my spirit guides, my higher self, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Source, and Gaia. And shortly, we'll also be inviting in your higher self and your spirit guides. Setting the intention today, we're here to assist you in connecting with your spirit guides and continuing to cultivate your connection, your relationship, your talking with at least one of your guides. And before we begin the practices, I'd like you to just gently relax your heart chakra now. If it feels comfortable to do so, place your hand on your heart. I'm talking to your heart now. Heart, I love you. Heart, I love you. Heart, I love you. Heart, it's safe to open. Heart, it's safe to open. Heart, it's safe to open. And with your right hand now, just above your sternum, above your stomach. Body, we're safe now. Body, we're safe now. Body, we're safe now. Allow your heart chakra and your whole body to relax, knowing that within this protective, energetic space with clear, clean boundaries that you've created, your body is finally ready to relax. Your heart gently, softly opening, just as a rose opens to each new day, each petal gently opening up to send and receive your love. For your heart is the powerhouse. It is the very engine that drives your communication with your spirit guides. If at any time you feel your heart shrinking back into fear or frustration or lack of progress, just allow your heart to observe these feelings. There's no reason to deny them. Just allow yourself, catch yourselves in those moments and say to your heart and your fear, I feel you, I see you, I release you. It's safe to open. Wonderful. Now imagining our whole class now, all of us in a live stream and replay all together all protected in our strong, safe boundaries. Each of us are protected from each other, from each other's guides, from anything else outside of us. For the time that you have clear intention which aligns with your protective space, you are one of the most protective beings in the universe right now. And imagining us as a class, as a circle, please turn your back now safely to the class, facing outwards, away from the other class members, and take a few steps forwards in this meditation space, in this protective space of the session, to create distance between yourself and other class members. And I'm growing this session space to be more than enough for all of us to be safely protected within. And now you're going to do something very magical yourself. You're going to create a space within which your spirit guides are going to step forwards to you. You're going to create your very own bubble of protection outside of you. And you can imagine it as a kind of safe space, a waiting room, an airlock or energy portal between worlds. You're going to make a very beautiful, safe space for one of your guides to step into. And I'd like you to extend your love and acceptance to your spirit guides. Lightly, if you've chosen to engage with this class, your spirit guides are already making significant effort to connect with you. And as a human, I know firsthand how hard it is to be on the receiving end of communications I don't understand or struggle to receive. I myself had shut down my psychic abilities for over 34 years. And so I did not know or comprehend and could not feel fully any interaction. And yet I became very hungry overnight after my awakening to connect with my guides. And accepting that each of us have our own individual experiences with guides. We have our own superpowers, our own senses and perceptions. Each of our guides, it's the same for them too. And our guides are taking great effort and great initiative to come down, to connect through into the third dimension to you. And so the easier we can make this for them and the safer we feel within us, the easier the process is. So I'd like you to imagine now, and if it feels comfortable to do so, between your two hands, putting your hands together and gently opening them up. And within your hands, you're creating, to begin with, something about the size of a small balloon. It's a golden protective bubble. And this protective bubble, you're beginning to grow more and more. It feels a little bit like rolling a snowball until it becomes bigger and bigger through the snow all by itself. As you expand out this golden protective bubble in front of you, bring down source light energy from the highest dimension of source above through a beautiful long column down to the very top and then down into the center of this protective bubble in front of you. And you can place this ever-growing protective bubble onto the floor now in front of you and allow it to grow to whatever size feels comfortable. Maybe it's going to grow to a bit bigger than one of the rooms in your house. Maybe it's the same size as the room you're in at the moment or your favorite room in your house or home. And allow the source love energy to hold that protective energy and walk up to this golden bubble in front of you and place your hand upon it and set the intention that only your spirit guides, and only your spirit guides with the highest good love and compassion in their hearts, are given access to your protective space. And that all other energies and entities that may or may not exist within it must leave immediately. And I'm asking Archangel Raphael to go around our class and just clear out any unwanted energies and return them to source or never return here again. Thank you, Archangel Michael. And that source light you brought in to create your protective bubble in front of you, now ground it deep into the earth. So from the center, the base of the bubble, send down that column of source light deep into the earth. It now looks a bit like a giant bubble surrounding the size of a room, with a column of light continuing to fuel it from source above and continue to ground it into Mother Gaia below. Now, as you created this bubble, you have full autonomy over it. This means you also can choose to step inside of it. So when you're ready, take a step forwards and just allow your body, your light body, every aspect of you to gently pass through the barrier of this protective bubble for your spirit guide. And you can now stand or sit or just however it feels. And I'd like you to take a few moments. I'm going to pause for a moment. I'd like you, your heart and your mind, to create a very loving reception, an area, an environment that would welcome your spirit guide. Perhaps you'll choose a scene, a landscape of nature, a secluded aspect of a forest or out in the desert, up in the mountains, on the water, or even beneath the water. Could be in space or aboard a ship, or just your favorite place in this planet. Even your home, however you choose to visualize it, go ahead and create that landscape and prepare your space for your guide before you invite them in. Please go ahead. Fantastic. You're doing so well. Well done. And if you're watching live or the replay, at any point in today's video, you can pause it, even in the live. And this will give you more time to participate and to be able to receive more from your spirit guide. And remember, there's no rush. You can come back to this class as often as you choose from now and for as long as it's available. Okay, so we're getting excited now. You've got an important guest coming to the beautiful space that you've created. And perhaps you'll make sure you've also got a little space for you to sit or stand in. And remember that feeling of when you were a child and you were so excited about someone visiting, perhaps your best friend you hadn't seen all summer holidays, perhaps a loved one you've not seen in a long time, or a pet, or a new guest, or even your imaginary friend. Maybe they weren't imaginary, maybe they're one of your guides. Whatever this feeling represents to you, allow this childhood excitement, that energy to rise up in your heart. And this is a truly exciting time for many of us, including myself, although I've done this many times. It's always exciting. I always feel new detail and more depth every time I do this. And let your heart speak for itself. Let your heart tell you how it feels. Does it feel joyful, those happy high vibrations towards the top of your heart and heart chakra? Just releasing any fears, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you at this time. And any of those thoughts that continually come into our minds, like the things you forgot to do before the live stream or this class, or the things that you think you're meant to be doing afterwards, you don't need to fight them. Just allow them to come in, say hello to them, tell them you acknowledge those feelings and thoughts, and let them pass on by, and promise that if it's really important, you'll pick it up right after today's class. Okay, and now's your time to imagine a little door in front of you. Or to be honest, you can make the door whatever size you want. The door won't dictate the size of your spirit guide. It is simply going to create an entranceway for your spirit guide to enter. And this doorway is only for your spirit guides. You can choose more than one spirit guide. If this is your first time, just choose one. So reaching out with your hand in front of you, as you step forwards a bit, create a doorway by tracing your hand up vertically, across horizontally, down to the ground, across horizontally, and then tracing back up to where you started. And where you started is the door handle. And you can just gently unlock that door and perhaps leave it ajar. So leave it open just a little bit, just to help with the anticipation. And now take a step back. And with your hand out in front of you and your heart nice and open, please do invite your spirit guide forwards now. Perhaps you'd like to choose to repeat these words after me out loud. Spirit guide, with my highest good, love and compassion in their heart, please step forwards through this door to me into this safe space now. And allow the door to open. And your guide to step forwards. And allow these next experiences just to be without judgment, without trying to categorize them or label them, without feelings of success or failure, just simply letting these experiences be. And I'm asking all of the spirit guides that have entered now to close the door behind them so that it is only your spirit guide and you in your protective space. And I'm checking with Archangel Michael's and Archangel Raphael's help that everyone has a spirit guide and that everyone has a spirit guide in their bubbles, whether you're live or in the replay. We want you to know that the answer is yes, that your spirit guide is now with you. And the explorations into perception and senses now are very much designed to allow you to explore just some of the different ways that you can begin increasing your awareness and interaction with your guide. I'd also like to add, our message to the spirit guides is that you're not trapped, you can leave at any time. And also, please make every effort you can to communicate with each class member, with your assigned human that you've chosen to work with through their lifetime. Wonderful. So perhaps now ensure there's around 1.5 to 2 meters distance between you and your spirit guide now. And I want you to know that even if you experience in this moment absolutely nothing, I want to say to you, well done. And I'd like you to say to your spirit guide, thank you. Thank you, spirit guide, for coming to visit me. Thank you for coming down here to third dimensional Earth. Thank you so much for all your love and support. And I love you. Thank you. For it is this gratitude that is the key that unlocks communication and relationship with your guide. And as you and your guide now get comfortable standing or sitting, you can ask your guide for them to make themselves comfortable in this beautiful space you've created. And you're going to begin expanding your awareness and your perception, your senses to be aware of your spirit guide. And I'm going to do some work now to assist you and your body and all your senses, your chakras, your superpowers, your conscious awareness to open up. And I am talking to you and I'm talking to your body for each of the steps that I go through next. Please practice your own discernment and decide what you're ready to accept for yourself. And if at any time, any instruction I'm giving doesn't feel right, perhaps you're not quite ready for it, just say so. For example, you can say so out loud. Oh, I skipped this part. And to help you now connect with your guide, I set the intention for a clearing and healing of you to support you in opening up to perceive, communicate with your guide. And from the highest dimension of source above, I bring down a column of source light from the highest dimension of source above to just above the top of your crown chakra with the intention to clear, to heal, to energize, and gently bringing this down, this love, source energy throughout your crown chakra, filling your crown chakra, and then releasing any blockages, any connections that do not serve your highest good, anything you're ready to let go of from your crown chakra to return to source or never return here again. Your crown is one of the primary communications with your guide as well as your heart. So opening up your crown chakra to begin to perceive beings such as your spirit guide at a higher vibration than you are. Allowing your mind and your consciousness to stretch up into the highest creative aspects of you, including your imagination and that beautiful canvas that exists between your imagination and overlaps into the very place and space and high vibration communication of where your spirit guides connect with you. Sometimes it feels very confusing to discern between these areas of your consciousness. What is only you? What is your imagination? What is your higher self? And then what are other beings connecting with you into your crown chakra? And encouraging your crown to reach down to your heart to help ask for support in the discernment of these different layers. And to know that over time, you'll be able to discern much more easily the more you practice. Into your third eye, opening up, clearing, healing, removing anything that doesn't serve your highest good. Returning to source or never return here again. Allowing your third eye to relax and soften and open. Remembering that your third eye isn't just sight. It's a culmination of all your senses. And that seeing, perceiving is a receiving task. Into your throat chakra, clearing, healing, releasing anything that no longer serves your highest good and returning to source or never return here again. And allowing your truths to be told, for you to speak your truths to your spirit guides and to receive truths of who your spirit guides are, what they are, and where they're from. There are many concepts your spirit guides choose to bring through to you at this time. And then into your heart, allowing your heart to soften and open, and just scanning around the outside of your heart, filling it with beautiful source love energy, shining a light on any of those fears, shadows, any of that resistance you have, any of the feelings of lack or frustration, just allowing these to be seen, to be felt. And for any of that energy, especially your negative self talk that's ready to release, returning you to source or never return here again. And clearing your solar plexus, relaxing and opening your trust, abundance, and returning any blocks to source or to never return here again. And then down into your sacral chakra, remembering that joy once more of an inner child, and lightly as a child, if not before this life, before you incarnated, you had last spoken with your guides. If you haven't done so in between, so clearing out your sacral chakra, returning any negative energy to source or to return here again. And your root chakra, clearing out any blockages, helping you support a strong connection into the earth, returning any blocked energy to source or never return here again, and grounding you deep into the earth. And allow that source love energy to flow now across all aspects of your body, clearing, healing, and energizing, and feel it all the way out to your hands and fingertips, down to your legs and toes and the base of your spine, and then just shake off and release any negative energy, anything that no longer serves you, any cords, connections, contracts, or agreements to be released, and to ground you deep into the earth. And I ask Mother Gaia to transmute any of your negative energy to return to source, or never return here again what she cannot transmute, and to process herself anything that she can to become the food and fertilizer for other beings. Beautiful, well done. So now that you've had a little bit of time to sit with your spirit guide in this protective space, perhaps you've already begun to open up to them and become aware of them. Ask them now to step forwards to you. You can do this standing up or sitting down as you visualize it. And you may choose to do this meditation with your eyes open. And certainly I enjoy this myself when I'm doing it in my personal practice. Asking your guide now to come forwards to about 1 meter in front of you. And be aware now of that extrasensory perception that we all seem to have as humans, that we just know when there's another being here. You know, you can feel if there's another being in the room with you right now. It's a feeling, an awareness, something that we've developed and evolved to help protect us, and also to help us be aware of beings of other dimensions. And just hold that feeling in your heart. Remember when you were really young, and those harsh dividing lines that siloed different dimensions hadn't really formed yet. And in fact, you may have been much more used to seeing spirit or shadows or other beings of any kind across any dimension. And it wasn't until either you got scared or your parents or someone else started to increase fear within you that you started to create those barriers between you and these other realms. And perhaps now it's a time for you to become aware that those barriers are melting between you and your spirit guide. So let's now extend your awareness beyond knowing that your spirit guide is here, And it's okay if they're still very invisible to you. Just know that you're going to give it your best to perceive, to sense them. So let's work our way down through our bodies and open up. So the first is coming down to your crown chakra. Our crown chakras have a very beautiful connection. Crown chakras have the ability to connect with our spirit guides. So imagine touching, or do this yourself, touching the top, the center of your head, and then bringing over to your spirit guide, imagining they're about a meter in front of you. So just your arm outstretched and you're just touching on the top of their crown. And you can say out loud, Spirit guide, I connect my crown to yours, my crown to yours, and yours to mine, my crown to yours, and yours to mine. And if communication happens immediately, great. If nothing happens, that's also great. And then bring your awareness down through to your third eye and these first two eyes. And allow yourself to perceive, to sense, to receive the light and the energy from your spirit guide. You could scan down from the top of their head all the way down to the ground and perceive their form, perhaps starting with the overall shape, the sense of their size and scale, maybe what form they're taking, even if you don't understand exactly what they look like or what form they've taken. And I'm asking your spirit guide, please do work with your human counterpart to show yourself as best you can at a frequency and a shape of which they can receive it. And you can scan down, becoming aware of the shape and size of your spirit guides, any facial features, anything they're wearing, how they're holding themselves, the vibration of them, and just scan all the way down to the ground. Now, some of our spirit guides, including some of our class right now, have come forwards in energetic and cloud-like form. Others are human and humanoid-like forms. Others, animals that we're used to accept their galactic forms, so mantas, lion, lyran beings, avian birds, Lemurian merfolk, and so many more. Whatever form they've taken, allow them to be perceived. And coming down to your nose, and you might feel it's a bit unusual to smell, to sniff a bit and to smell your spirit guide. Scent is very powerful for us humans. And sometimes when beings step through different dimensions and different portals, an odor is created. Sometimes it's the odor of the dimension they've come from. And sometimes it's the kind of smell that is a bit like space and time has been fragmented to support the interaction. And then come down now to your throat chakra. And what a perfect time to speak to your spirit guide. You can choose to speak however you wish to your spirit guide. Perhaps you'll start with saying, hello, hi, spirit guide. And just as we get ready to connect into your heart, we're going to practice a few interactions with your spirit guide. As you come down to your heart now and you allow your heart to open, for many of us, like myself, A heart is so incredibly powerful and amazing at being able to receive the messages from your spirit guide. Sometimes I feel my spirit guides whisper in my heart, and it's really quiet. And it's why I often go quiet. I stop talking for a moment so that I can feel that whisper. It's a light, fluttering feeling. And yet, as I bring your conscious awareness now to all aspects of you, please pay attention now to everything physically outside of you. So, this is in your physical world, in the 3D world, in the room you're in the space you're in. Any noises, any sensations, any feelings of beings being next to you, any birds singing louder, wind, cars beeping their horns, neighbor noises, whatever it is, open your awareness to the possibility that those noises and feelings and sensations and vibrations and emotions may well be a response to some of the questions that you're about to pose to your spirit guide. And now also inside of you, bring your conscious awareness to every aspect of you. Sometimes you may feel tingles or kind of little twitches in your body when a spirit guide is answering you and they're trying their best to get your attention. And remember, whenever we ask something, we're going to celebrate once we've given some time for response and space. We're going to celebrate with gratitude. So let's go ahead. So now, from your mouth, from your throat, remembering your connection up at your crown to your guide, begin to ask questions and receive across all your senses: smell, feeling, touch, that vibration, any breeze on your skin, any answers in your mind, in your imagination, anything in your heart. Anything is relevant right now, because the more you practice this, the more you'll be able to discern the answers. So let's go ahead. Spirit guide, where are you from? Spirit guide, what is your name? Spirit guide, how can I best communicate with you? Spirit guide, what fears, resistance, or blockages do I need to focus on to improve my communication with you? Spirit guide, why are you here with me in this lifetime? Spirit guide, what are your superpowers that I can call upon and work with you with? And finally, spirit guide, what can I do to help you the most at this time? And now I'd like you to thank your spirit guide. Thank you. Thank you so much, spirit guide. Thank you so much. Feel that joy in your heart and exude that love energy from your heart. Thank you. Thank you so much. With that joy and love and excitement in your heart, ask your spirit guide if you can hug them if that feels right for you. If they say yes, give them a big hug, give them a big squeeze. Thank you, spirit guide. Thank you so much. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you, spirit guide. Thank you so much for all you do for me. And when you're ready, you can either pause or let go of your spirit guide now. Now, the next steps are up to you. You can choose to allow your spirit guide to return to where they typically reside, and you can call back on them whenever you choose. You may also choose to keep your spirit guide, just as we did at the start of today's session, to invite them to stay within your protective bubble. You remember the one you created first around yourself. And know that your spirit guide is with you for as long as you choose to work with them and for as long as they feel safe to be able to work with you. So you can give your spirit guide the option now to return back through the doorway that you opened for them, or they can stay by your side and you can close the door now. And we're really just tidying up the energy. And please step back outside, whether it's with your spirit guide or not, step outside of that protective space you created, that beautiful scene where you welcome them. And you're going to bring that safe space to a close. And the reason we do this is because it helps tidy up the energy, making sure there's no loose ends left that may cause you any risks or problems later, no matter how beautiful that space is. And knowing that closing this has no effect on your ability to connect with your guide because you can come back anytime and recreate this. So just close your space down, your welcome space, and with your hand, raise it up towards source. With Archangel Michael's help and with my help, we're just returning all these little safe spaces to source or never return here again. Just seeing them floating off like little bubbles in the air. Thank you. And now you're back to remaining within your safe space within our session bubble. And you can turn back around now and face the rest of the class. And whether your guide has chosen to stand by your side the whole time, please do not take this as a message of any kind of acceptance or rejection. Your spirit guides are free. They have free will and they can roam whenever they choose. And although today's session has been a very deep dive into a very intimate connection with your spirit guide, you can choose to talk with your guides at any time. Just know that creating protective bubbles with clear intention does help give you confidence that you're only talking with your guides and no other being that's pretending to be them. And I encourage you, regardless of whether you choose to create protective bubbles, always, always, always address them as spirit guide and then their name, or just my spirit guide or my spirit guides. And this dramatically helps reduce the risk of interference from other beings. Any unwanted beings, please never ask a being whether it's your spirit guide. If you're ever unsure if a being is your spirit guide or not, ask your spirit guides. Spirit guides, is this one of you? My spirit guides, is this one of you? And allow your heart with a happy yes feeling at the top or a sinking feeling towards the bottom of your heart to answer yes or no. This is one of your heart's many superpowers. And with this, we're ready now to bring our session to an end. I'd like to thank all of the spirit guides and all the humans that have made such a huge effort today. And congratulations in coming back to these magical moments. These moments, for many of us, are life-changing and life-altering. And your spirit guides, they're not just here to answer the larger life questions. Ask them for help with whether you should turn left or right, whether you should set your cooking hob to 6 or 9, whether you should invest your money or spend today, whether you should rest right now, or ask them for help before you go to sleep at night. Ask them to spend time with you in dream time. You can ask your spirit guides anything. Just know that they have free will and that typically they'll always do their best to serve you as best they can. And with this, I bring your attention back to your body now, back to right where you started. And that protective space that you created around yourself at the start of today's session. Please continue, if you choose, to hold this around you, to continue to protect you, remembering that you'd invited in your spirit guides at the start, and they can choose to be within your safe space. I'm asking now that you step outside of the shared session space. As I bring the shared session space to a close, tidying up any loose ends, closing any doors, any protective bubbles that weren't cleanly dispersed of. Closing all this down now and returning our shared space to source, or never return here again. And just come back to your body and back to your heart. And please take a breath and perhaps drink some water if it feels right for you. And perhaps you'd like to share any of your experiences in the live chat or in the comments. And a couple of people have placed requests. Please save your requests for our live streams every Monday and Thursday. And Barb Pet says, amazing. I saw, in quotes, I saw the energy as a spiral for the first time and saw my guide walk up to me and sit on the floor beside me. Cool beans. Thank you. Barb Pet, I love that so much. Thank you so much for sharing. How exciting. And what a powerful experience to be able to feel, to sense, and to see. How wonderful. And Leanne Patterson says, very emotional. I was crying with the amount of love I felt. Wow. Oh. And that's so beautiful, Leanne. So many people do experience this, sometimes feelings of almost a feeling of coming home. You know, that sometimes we get a bit lonely in the third dimension. We feel quite separated and isolated from each other. Sometimes we miss having our own spirit team, just like we've been used to in other lifetimes, that our spirit teams feel so close. And almost like like apparitions in our lives that are just they're just beings just less dense than we are. And it's so powerful that you feel that love and hold that love feeling in your heart. Remember that feeling because it every time you do and you connect with that feeling, your guides will find it much easier to attune to you and to connect with you. Oh, it's so beautiful. I had a really lovely experience with my spirit guide, Maya, step forwards. She introduced herself from her previous life, which was an elemental being on Andromeda. She was a planet there, and I've never been in such detail in that past life. We shared a past life there, which was really powerful. And A47s says, I love the sevens. Thank you. Thank you so much, John. Is there anything we can do to be able to visualize better? Is it okay if we couldn't see our spirit guide and just visualize light? Yes. So this is really common that as humans, we're kind of programmed to seeing as believing. Seeing is not believing, right? I often don't see the love energy that I have for my loved ones, and yet it is so real. So the you can absolutely have intentions to visualize better and better. And it doesn't just because it starts out slower for you, doesn't mean say that at some point your visualization may become your superpower. Um, and so just starting with the connection you do have, so celebrating that sense, and you've described um, A47s as visualized light. That is so powerful. So congratulations. Shirley Murray 718 says, "Thank you so much. I cried when I saw blue white light and then felt so much comfort. I've never felt that before. Oh, it's beautiful." And from Bonnie, I saw a red, rather neon being that turned into a red glossy head. A name called Lorenzo. Um, Much love felt. Not sure if I was making this up. And I love that, Bonnie. Hold that feeling of the experience. First of all, the kind of evidence of it. Say it out loud. Um, I always I always practice um, saying out loud what I experience because it brings it into this reality. And to begin with, I'd encourage you to take a kind of "who cares if I'm making it up? Who cares if I'm imagining it?" Attitude. Just let that go. Allow the evidence to build, um, because it's very human nature for us to kind of pigeonhole things and put them in little boxes and try and categorize it. And as we heard earlier, the layer, this canvas of your imagination, is shared with your guides. And it takes quite a lot of practice. And I don't know if you sense this, for example, when I'm doing channeling, like the video I did earlier today for answering your questions, when I channel, I don't know the answers. And you can tell because John is like, I don't know. So I ask for my spirit guides to help. And when they help, they bring in new answers. And that was one of the keys for me personally that kind of unlocked that door. Is like, I can't be imagining this. I'm just not that good. I'm not that clever. I couldn't make all this stuff up. I would have to have, the imagination of several universes. Um, and so it's a very natural experience. And even practitioners like me that do it as a full-time job, sometimes reflect and say, we ask ourselves, are we just making all this up? Is it just all, fantastical? And yet it is also fantastical. It is powerful. It is beautiful. And there'll be moments in your life where you'll be shown the evidences that you've been seeking. Um, Lightly after you've accepted that your experiences just are. And thank you for sharing yours. And Shannon says, "Thank you, John. My spirit guide, First People's Chief, came to me and said, 'Listen to the music, and I'm speaking to you.'" Oh, how beautiful. Wow. I love that so much. First People's Chief. Thank you, Shannon. Well, congratulations, everyone. Um, if you want to continue on with these practices, please do continue on with the 5D Ascension classes. If you've not done any of them before, you can go right back to the beginning of the playlist. The playlist is at the start. It also happens to be in my copy and paste buffer. So there it is, just added to the chat again. We're here every second Tuesday doing 5D Ascension classes. You can also participate daily in the free 14-day spirit guide meditations, designed very much around the same practice I do every day. I continue to do every day to talk to my guides. Oh, and Carol says, I'm not sure if mine is Frank, but I dreamed of Frank last. Powerful and very loving in my life. Oh, that's beautiful. And yes, thank you so much for coming along. Thank you for sharing your experiences. It's so wonderful to see there's about 30 plus of you in the live stream alone. If you're in the replay, do let us know. People do read the replay. If there's any experiences you didn't quite want to leave in the live chat, come back at some point and add to the comments, the replay. It means the world to me that you come along and engage with this, and it feels very empowering to be able to help empower you on your journeys. So congratulations. Keep up your practice and keep talking to your spirit guides out loud. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm sending so much love from Scotland. Take care. Thank you. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, everyone. Sending so much love. Thank you. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you. Bye.